So, Death Note just announced a new game, and I knew I'd been hearing some things about this before on Twitter and stuff like that, but now we finally got a trailer. I'm a little bit late on this, man, because when the trailer actually released, I was going to work, so I'm just now looking at this. I haven't looked at anything, man, so I'm excited to see what this trailer has to bring. And you know, we have to dress for the occasion, man. But hey, if y'all enjoyed Death Note, I never talked about this, but if you enjoyed Death Note, I definitely recommend you go check out another one called Monster, man. The real ones know about Monster. It's a pretty good anime, but today we are watching the trailer for Death Note. We're going to break down some things if there's some things to break down in this, man. But today's anime question is going to be, what do you rate Death Note as an anime on a scale of SAB, man? Let me know in the comments. Me personally, man, I do think Death Note is a solid S rank, man. I think it's an S rank anime. I do think things fell off a little bit whenever L was knocked out, but hey, that's a little bit of another conversation, man. But let's go ahead and look at the trailer, bro. So, oh, okay, they got the apple. They already got the apple, man, the reference towards this man doing sinly things. L, I do exist. So come try to kill me. Okay. Got them playing chess. Kira. Oh. What is this? Are they like little dolls? What the heck is this? Bro, why is somebody getting hit with a truck? So he's writing the name in the notebook. Okay. An online social deduction game. This is okay, yeah, we're gonna have to go slower to look at this. Play as Kira and his followers. Eliminate the target by using the Death Note. There's followers, so you can have people assisting you. Nice little cutscene though. Play as L in the investigation. Sees and disposes of Death Note. We'll see you in due time. I'm loving the way some of these animations are looking, man. The human whose name is written in this note shall die. So how are they going to go about finding out a person's name? I wonder how big these maps are going to be. Uncover the truth. Interesting, man. And they got Ryu. Who has the Death Note? That is going to be wild. Okay, PS5 and PS4. Okay, man. So I'm gonna have to go back and actually look at some things. Alright, man, so we talk about this game. There's actually a lot to cover, man. We actually come over to the website. So first it says, stay sharp, stay alive. Enjoy a battle of the wits of Kira and the follower of L and the investigators of the world of Death Note. Kira and L clash to control the game as equally matched opponents while hiding their true identities from each other. The Death Note is hidden among the players, leading to a thrill of cat and mouse until one team overpowers others. So we can actually see a few pictures. So you're not actually going to be playing as L and also Light Yagami, but you're going to be using like these little characters right here. And depending on, you know, what team you are, depends on who you're helping. So it says, be careful you trust. These are all, you know, similar things that we've seen for things like Among Us. Each role has its own characteristics, allowing you to master a deep sense of strategy and tactical play. Depending on your assigned role, a wide range of strategies can be formulated, each randomized scenarios into a high-stakes game of tactics. And there's also cross-play support for larger groups of players. So this is very good that they're making this game cross-play. This is already something that's going to, you know, build on the longevity of this game. I am glad they're doing this. And you can see right here, this is actually one of the abilities of L. I'm going to actually be talking about this when we go through the roles, but it says there's a wide range of customization elements, so you can customize your game avatar with up to 7 types of unlockable items, pick up custom nameplates, and select a special animation to be displayed during dramatic moments. So this is pretty cool. So they did talk about roles. So we look at the roles here. This is what I think is pretty interesting. So it says at the start of each match, all players will be assigned to one of a role. Each role has its own abilities and goals as well, and being associated with one of two teams, Kira or L. You will be completing tasks, observing other players to figure out which of them are your friends and enemies, and try to avoid being eliminated by enemies. These are all similar things that we've seen before. But when we actually look at like some of these abilities, so first this is L. It looks like L is pretty obvious because he has, you know, the L on his shirt. But it says give the orders to investigators and use special abilities such as meeting guide. We saw that was the meeting guide to figure out who is Kira, and surveillance cameras. So you can actually tap into cameras. And we actually see in the trailer that he's actually using the cameras to look at, you know, seeing seeing Kira actually write down somebody's name. And you can monitor rooms remotely in order to capture Kira. If you're eliminated by Kira, Team L automatically loses. So this means if L, even if, you know, you still have all your supporters, if you get L caught, you're done. If you are L and you get caught by Kira, you're finished. L is the commander of the investigator team using their additional abilities. The L players should be focused on understanding who among their players are lower investigators and who is Kira secretly hiding in the shadows. So this is very manga and like anime accurate in the sense that L does not want to show his face. L does not want to be seen by Kira, which means that you're not going to be able to just move around with L. You want to be careful because if one of L's, like, you know, one of his minions find you, you might be finished. So we actually look at we'll stay on this side for now, and then we'll go over to Kira after. So the investigators write down anyone suspicious in your investigation notebook, cooperate with L to catch Kira, and complete tasks to get a command card for L. Your notepad will serve as a clue if you die. So we actually see this whenever somebody dies, or even like whenever there's anybody that's dead, you can actually still pick up the cards to get the information from that. Investigators have a series of tasks to complete while gathering information about the movements and whereabouts of players. They are L's eyes and ears, and they observe. Observations are critical to unmasking Kira. They should take care to limit situations where the ID can be stolen, and be sure to know any suspicious contact just in case. And you can actually get indicators. You actually see from the trailer that there's certain things, because they actually went through this pretty quickly, but you see there's certain moments where it actually shows somebody is approaching you, or somebody is like getting ready to try to take your ID card to get your name. These are things you got to watch out for when you're playing. And then it says right here with Kira, these are the things with Kira. You can use the Death Note to judge L, who is hidden among the players. Using true names that are discovered by stealing IDs. This is why you get the ID cards. Complete tasks to get command cards by filling the team's gauge. Being arrested while holding the Death Note will result in the loss of your team. So this is how you can lose. On the other hand, if you're playing as Kira, if you have the Death Note and L catches you, you're finished. Kira is the player who is holding the Death Note at the start of the game, but Kira can choose to judge players if Kira knows a player's true name. Kira can also swap the Death Note with Kira follower to avoid detection. This is pretty crazy, and I think this is what makes it a little bit of an advantage for Kira's team, because you can move the Death Note from person to person. I think that's pretty cheese. And we actually saw, I didn't mention it, we also saw that there's also two different Shinigami. So we actually get to see Ryuk, and we also get to see Rim. So this is pretty cool that they also have two other ones. I wonder how many more Shinigami that we're actually going to see, but we at least know for sure that we're getting to see Ryuk, and we're also getting to see Rin. And then we also know here, we have the Kira followers, still investigator IDs for Kira, and complete tasks to get a command for Kira. Kira needs the official names of the target before they can judge by the Death Note, so you should be should be the very person to support Kira. A Kira follower can also be transferred to the Death Note for Kira if the Kira player is drawn too much attention. So I think this is what I think is the advantage, because Kira can move around and he can actually do things. Meanwhile, L is kind of stuck. You know, he has to be, you know, not moving, and he doesn't have to get caught. But it is nice that you use the surveillance cameras. I think that's pretty cool that you can use surveillance cameras to look at different things. And these designs are a little goofy. I'm not gonna lie, like the way these characters look are pretty goofy. But I mean, hey, it's something different, and I can always appreciate something different. So we're gonna look at this again. Let me check and see make sure there's not a release date. Okay, so I found a release date. It's actually coming out on November 5th. It says it right here, November 5th, man. So let's actually come back and watch this trailer again, but slow down so we can actually break down a lot of the things that we see. If we need to pause it, we will pause it, but for the most part, we're gonna watch it through since we know the basic mechanics. And I'll pause or, like, you know, detail anything that you need to know that we see. So we can see the start. We see that that's one of the Kira dolls right there. We see the red apple rolling into the scene, man. You know, the reference towards Kira just doing sinful things, man. I love the opening when they have him sitting with the red apple, like, hey, and it's fire, bro. The opening is pretty crazy. We got the L on. That's pretty cool. We can see Kira and L actually on the table, and we also see the chessboard on the left. Them making the references, man. I do exist, and we actually get to see some of the cutscenes about what happens whenever, like, people die and stuff like that later on in the trailer. I'll talk about that as we go through it. A lot of black screens, man. This thing goes a little bit, it's going to be a little bit longer since this is a 2.5 minute trailer, man. We had them starting off with the little stare down. This is looking pretty cool. Like I said, nothing too crazy, you know, with the animations, but, you know, it's still nice to have, you know, some cutscenes in here. We see him putting Kira down, and then we can see two of the followers in the back, and then we just go straight into the gameplay. Which is, this is Kira right here, obviously, because he has Kira on his shirt. And then we can see the first victim. The first victim of getting their name written into the notebook. Which I think at the beginning of this, I think somebody gets hit by a car. And there's different scenarios that you can choose, you know, whenever you're wanting to kill somebody, you know. Like, I think maybe there might have to be certain things that are, certain things have to be checked off. Like, you have to be in a certain situation. But I think it's pretty cool that there's different ways you can do this. So we see the person getting completely smacked by the car, and then we see Kira sneaking back up and going in to pull out the death note and give us the dramatic look back, man. This part of the trailer, like I said, is just a lot of cinematics. Very, you know, not the most interesting, but we're going to get ready to get into the part where we can actually break down some things that we saw from this trailer after we were looking at the website. Man, look goofy, bro. Look at his teeth, bro. Man, look goofy. But hey, man, I'll take any game. I mean, at least it's something, man. They're trying something, and I'll take things being different. So it says online social deduction game. We can see right here. Here we see L going in, and I think these are okay. So I didn't talk about that before we continue. I think these are just innocent bystanders. These are just innocent bystanders that, like, you know, you can just get information from. We'll go ahead and break down this HUD that we saw. So this right here is how much days, you know, how much time you have in the day. We've actually seen that, like, this changes depending on, you know, what's going on. We see right here, this is the command card, the joint investigation. This is what I was talking about with L being able to create a meeting room. These are just extra actions. These are investigation notepads, you know, how you figure out the names and stuff like that. We can see a task list, which these are probably the things that you have to check off to be able to get this investigation process to be able to maybe find out who Kira is. And we also see with Kira's team, they have the New World Progress, which these are the checkpoints that you got to get to be able to catch Kira, I'm believing. And you can also tap into the surveillance cameras. I'm curious if there's going to be any type of cooldown for how often you can do this, but it's nice that we get to see this. And we see that this is like giving something. This is a symbol for giving something. And this is just like, you know, the character name. So we can see right here, this is L. And here we go right here. So this is something that's pretty interesting. It says right here, we're still in day one, but it says right here, resolve incidents to prevent the New World Progress level from rising by 10. This right here. To prevent this maybe from going up a little bit. So it seems like this is from the perspective of an investigator, and you have to do a few of these things to get stuff done. Well, actually, no, this is from the perspective of Kira's team, but I'm guessing this notification is going to pop up on everybody's screen, and this is basically giving the investigators time to fix this issue before the New World Progress goes up. So looks like some people died, and you're having to figure this out. We can see Ryuk running around. And then right there, it says Justice Plan. This is a nice little animation. I think we're going to see that each time that maybe Kira kills somebody. And now they're actually going to be able to show us what it looks like. And we can see Rim right there in the bottom corner. We see that just got an ID card, and you see right there they're stealing another ID card, and we can see Rim once again. We see Ryuk. And we just see all these ID cards, and then we see Kira come over here after getting the name, and he's going to write it in the notebook. And then here we can see the different options right here. It says you can select your target. You can also select the condition, like what happens, how, you know, how they're going to die, and then you write it in the death note, and you have to put in certain inputs to get this done. So it doesn't like this is just going to be. Now, I wonder if this indicator is going to be visible to people, whereas in the sense that, like, you have to do it very quickly, or L's going to be able to tap into a camera and maybe spy on you and catch you, or maybe, you know, one of the investigators might be able to see you. So you're going to have your inputs in. And I don't think anybody else is going to be able to see Ryuk, because in the anime it was only L that was able to see Ryuk. Only if you've touched the death note were you able to actually see the Shinigami. Play as L and the investigators. Now we get to see it from the perspective of L and his team. Here, right here, this is the meeting room right here. So it says timing until voting ends. You have a few seconds, you know, to get things going. This is the meeting room, and it says all votes are final, so you can't change your votes once things are done. And we see right here, we also see something that says a deduction hint. So we're going to see right here, they're actually going to pick 003 as the suspicious one. After they do that, they arrest him. Or arrest her. She gets arrested. We see her getting pulled away, but it ends up being wrong. So then we get to see right here, he failed. Which is why you see that reaction. He's like, damn you, kidda, because it was wrong. This wasn't the real kidda. He was wrong. It wasn't the real kidda. Then we get to see right here, this is why I said that I think these are just innocent bystanders, because it says giving a testimony, which this is the investigator getting more information to get their investigation bar up. Then after this, we can see right here, you can send people on special investigations to get more information for you. And this looks like probably like how you send out your messages to everybody. And we can see, like I said, Kidda is going to be hiding. Not Kidda. L is going to be hiding. You don't want to be seen. That's why you see he's hiding in a bathroom. Seems like he's being secluded. He's not wanting to be seen. Right here, we can see that he's getting information from the investigation. This is what I was talking about when it says it lets you know when somebody's approaching you. And here, right here, it looks like one of the cameras was like either damaged or it was an alert to let you know that something's happening on one of the cameras. And that's what I was talking about when I said you're probably going to have to be really quick with your activation whenever you're writing somebody's name in there. And here we get to see some animations. We saw a chandelier fall, and then we're going to get to see a few more animations of people actually dying, which is pretty cool. So we're going to get to see right here. This is what I thought was pretty interesting. That went by very fast. It says right here, it looks like it lets you know whenever you're maybe getting ready to die, when your name is written in the death note. I wonder if this is like when it's too late, you are under the death note's control. I'm guessing this is maybe after you've gotten your name written in a notebook and you're getting ready to die, which, you know, sucks that you have to watch that. We can see a few animations right here. So this is right here. Looks like you're going to get ready to hang yourself. I'm pretty sure this is a reference to the anime. I don't remember the girl's name, bro. I don't remember, but she was the one that had somebody close to her die, and then Kidda ended up like deceiving her. Let me know if I'm right. I'm pretty sure this is a reference to the anime right after she finished talking to him, and like she got killed after that because she was so close to catching him. Then we see right here, this is the animation for whenever the chandelier is falling on you. And then we can see my boy L just sitting here looking completely. This is when he gets the correct deduction, I'm guessing. And that is the end of the trailer, man. But those are all the things that, you know, we were able to catch from the trailer, man. I know this may be a little bit of a longer video. I don't really know how many minutes it was, but I just wanted to break things down and actually, you know, look at this and go deep with it. But let me know in the comments, man, who is excited for this game? Who's going to be on it? I'm very happy that they made this crossplay, so whenever it does come to Xbox, because right now it seems like it's only on PlayStation and Steam. Whenever it does come to Xbox, it seems like we're going to have crossplay, and everybody can play with each other. And I think this just needs to be the standard for a lot of anime games. Let's get this crossplay thing going, man. But let me know in the comments how I feel about this game. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn the bell, do all those nice things, and you know we'll be on this once this releases, man. But I'm going to see you on the next one. Yeah.